name's Hunter, and starting a YouTube channel, which if you tuned in to check this out, thank you. To tell you a little bit about myself, my dream growing up was always to be a talk show radio host. I was really intrigued by shows like The Howard Stern Show or The Love Show with Dr. Drew. I enjoyed watching comedy shows like The Chappelle Show or shows like Mr. Bean. I was a big fan of Adult Swim on Cartoon Network, getting to tune in and watching the shows like, Aqua Teen Force, Squidbillies, Moral Oral, Family Guy, all those shows. And even till this day, I still like watching them. I'll watch old reruns. But I always liked, the silliness of those shows and the skits too. It was like that element of making fun of something, of being silly and then having a good laugh. And I always wanted to make other people laugh too. It was the way I tried to connect with people when I was growing up. All throughout my school years, I tried to be the class clown. I was not a good class clown. I was not popular. I would say really I was one of the losers, but I don't know why I labeled myself like that. That sounds pretty harsh. But I was not the cool kid. But I wanted to make people laugh, and I wanted to use my humor all the time to make friends or to impress my friends. Or if there was a girl I really liked, I wanted to impress her with my sense of humor. So I always wanted to get that reaction out of people where I could see them laugh, make them feel good. And so growing up, I had the dream that I would get to be a host for my own talk show radio, and I would get callers to call in, and I would have random conversations with people and just have that silly banter and make the listeners, occasionally laugh, and just through these conversations and maybe doing jokes like prank calls and all that stuff, that I would just kind of get to bring that entertainment to people, and that would be my career, my job. But I never did pursue that. I never pursued anything in comedy. I never pursued anything in talk show as a radio host. And I went to university. I studied chemical engineering. After that, I graduated. I worked in corporate America. I worked for several different tech companies, and that's been it. Like, that's been my career. And then lately, I just noticed that no matter where I worked or where I've worked, no matter how great the workplace is or how top rated the company is, I don't enjoy it. I don't feel like I'm happy there. I don't feel like I'm fulfilled or that I'm really challenged. And so I started to reflect on this, and I quit my job last year, end of last year. And I haven't been working since. And I've just been taking the time to reflect, to really see what I'm going to be doing and what I want to be doing in my life. And so now, here I am making this YouTube channel. I've been having every excuse in the book for why I should not get started, why I should not do this. And then recently I just thought, you know what, no one's really going to care. No one's probably going to watch the videos. And I can just, bought this cheap mic, not anything professional. And I said, that's fine. Just whatever I can do to get started, that's okay. I don't need to do this to impress anyone. What's important is that I do this because if I don't give it a shot or I don't try, I don't know how meaningful life will feel at the end of it. Even if I have a great career in corporate America and make money, if you don't get to do what you really want to do and give it a shot and give it a try, whatever that is, I don't know how meaningful is life. And so I decided that this was it. The best time to get started is now. And I've said that various days, so many days where I was like, man, I gotta start today. And I would push it off, and it just kept happening. And now finally I'm here making a video at close about midnight, just bantering on the microphone, talking to myself, talking about why I'm doing this. And so I'm telling you about my dream, my childhood dream, because that's inspiration for me to start this, to do this. It's not that I'm not just trying to make a podcast, or I'm not just trying to talk and give someone information. I do want to make a show that would be about entertaining people, about making people laugh. And this is it. Everyone has their beginning somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere. So I'm starting this way, and I'm going to see how things go. I was thinking recently how when I was a kid, I would be at the house, and we had this, when I was growing up, we had this house in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was a house that had tile. And so when you had the house with tile, things echoed a lot more. So if someone yelled in the house, it would kind of echo, or if you decided to just yell. But my father, he had this really loud sneeze. The sneeze would just come out of nowhere, and it was loud. It would frighten you, terrify you. Even the dog we had was just would get scared when he would hear the sneeze. And because everything echoed in the house, the sneeze would just be really loud. It would be intensely loud. And I remember once as a kid, I got lost at a store, because I'd always want to go check out the toy section or just walk around the store on my own. And usually my parents, I don't know at that time it's not like they didn't care, but sometimes I guess like parents, they're just people, they would be in their own world. And so I would tell them I would go see the toys while they would do the shopping, and they were okay with that. And I think once I lost my parents, and I was walking around the store, and I started to have that frantic moment like, oh no, I lost them. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I was a little kid, so I was starting to panic. And it happened several times before. And usually you just go to the front. You'd ask them to phone your parents, and then they would ask one of your parents to come up to the front and to come grab you. But walking around the store, I wasn't thinking about doing that. I was just looking for my parents. Couldn't find them, and then all of a sudden I heard this really loud sneeze, like at one side of the store, and the sneeze was loud, and I knew immediately. I was like, oh, I recognize it. I was like, that's my father's sneeze. So I knew where to go to the store to find my parents, and sure enough, I found them. And I'm sharing this because what I've come to notice over the years is as guys age, as men age, our sneezes become just more terrifyingly loud. Just loud enough to shake up the whole room or whoever's by you. And I notice now that I have that sneeze. Like, I'm getting older. That's how I realize I'm getting older. I hear my own sneeze, or people around me sometimes jump when they hear me sneeze. And I'm like, oh yeah, this means I'm getting older. Like, I didn't have this sneeze when I was a teenager. I didn't sneeze this loud. Now I'm sneezing even louder. Just like my father did as he was getting older. And so when I hear my own sneeze, it's a reminder sometimes of how I'm getting older, and that if I don't do what I want to do, life is just going to pass by, and then I'll just be, a really old man at that point, maybe unable to even give this a shot, because I'll be, I don't know, too old. I'll be taking naps all day, so I won't have energy to sit here behind hours trying to figure out how to video edit and upload things, or I'll be outdated and there'll be some new system to replace all this technology, and maybe technology will seem more complicated by then. But I figured, hey, look, right now I'm still relatively young. I'm 32. I'm in good health. So why not give this a shot? And so I want to tell you that that's what this whole channel will be about. Will be about me sharing stories with you. Hopefully some of these stories will make you laugh, and I'm going to just have random conversations with you, really with myself, but I'll be pretending like I'm talking to an audience, and hopefully just through these conversations I can help people feel good, have some entertainment, get some laughs, and see where it goes from there. See how things evolve. So, yeah, I'm glad to be giving this a shot. If you watch the video this far, all the way through, I don't know who you are. I don't know how much time you have or what's going on in your life, but thank you. So I'll be uploading more content. And again, the channel is called Kicking It with Hunter. And yeah, I hope to see you again here in the near future. All right. Anyways, with that, I'm going to say goodbye, good night, and I'll talk to you again another